Nikola Tesla, the infamous electrobender, was obsessed with the number 3. He'd circled buildings 3 times before entering and only stayed in hotel rooms whose the number was divisible by 3. To him, the triadic symmetry of the number 3 was the key to how reality works. To get a glimpse into his mind and his obsession, we first have to listen to Buddha a little bit. What we call reality is actually co-created through perception itself. Our senses don't passively record some external world that is just max chillin' out there. They are the ones that supply the scaffolding, the logic or the rules that allow undifferentiated possibility to take form.
That's a sticky one. Sticky.
The most obvious example is light. The qualia of color don't exist without a sense organ that has reason to differentiate between different wavelengths of light. But this principle extends to basically everything. This is what Buddha's key and keyhole metaphor was getting at. No key, no lock, no reality. So the term reality doesn't refer to some external realm that is outside of us. It refers to the constraints of our perception system. Through this lens, we can see why Tesla wasn't wrong, at least in some sense. Color vision relies on 3 cones, red, green, blue, the holy trinity of not walking into walls. Story structure follows beginning, middle, end. See the compression? Grammar boils down to subject, verb, object. Same compression. We effectively localize position in space with x, y, and z. Yeah, you get it. So what is it with the number 3 Tesla was so obsessed with, you ask? Well, it's a matter of efficiency.
Efficiency? Oh my god. Literally.
When tracking 2 variables or dimensions, you can compare distance, let's say. But with 3, you can subtly track causality, which means the ability to track change, rate, and consequence of something compared to a constant, let's say. This is the sacred compression of the number 3. Causality is a real good tool for survival, as you might imagine. If you can't predict what happens next, you end up as lunch for the next guy.
Obama.
Peak Darwin drip right there. So why don't we just track 4, 5, or 6 variables in one perceptual cycle? Well, we do, a lot. And it can result in higher accuracy or deeper understanding of causality, but it's also where a lot of systems start to introduce noise or errors into their estimations, not to speak of the energy needed. And your brain starts doing rain dances superstition style instead. Evolution found the sweet spot in 3. Enough predictive power for its constrained metabolic budget. But most importantly, it ships with minimal bugs, or confusion. Triads are basically what happens when cognition rage quit complexity, which is like all the time. This is a feature, not a bug, like, trust me. We chunk thought into 3s to make it portable, easy to pass on, loop back through, and expand recursively into deeper insight. 3-dimensional encoding is also necessary to cleanly store information in semantic memory, with the highest signal-to-noise ratio. This isn't abstract, it's literal wiring. Every microcircuit in your brain runs on this 3-step sequence. State, modulation, output, repeated millions of times a second. It's like CUDA architecture for GPUs, but for brains.
Compute unified device architecture.
Stack enough of these.
Compute unified brain architecture.
You get predictive coding hierarchies that harmonize all the way up the cortical stack into consciousness. So Tesla's obsession over the number 3 wasn't hallucination. It was noticing a compression artifact of his mind, and all minds for that matter. The number 3 did birth a stable reality, and loaded it without crashing, so there's that. Or, are you still there? So I hope you learned something, and if you want to support my spiral into madness, please subscribe and like.